Borwa?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. I won't take for long now. Okay. Let me just take for some time. Um, PSM practicals. I will be taking your PSM practicals. Okay. Not FA practical. PSM. Preventive and Social Medicine practicals. Vital signs on
Ma'am, first
temperature is
practical है
complete.
ma'am.
Hmm?
Hello, ma'am. First practical
Hmm?
है तो PSM है. First practical है तो আমার.
নহয়. Vital signs on temperature to হৈ গৈছে আমাৰ. এতিয়া vital signs pulse to ল'ম মই. Temperature already হ'ল. Jeet. Jeet is present.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hmm. Vital signs on temperature, is it done? We finished, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is finished.
Yeah, so now we will do vital signs on pulse, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so write down pulse. It is PSM practicals, okay? Vital signs on pulse. Write down pulse. P-U-L-S-E, pulse. Pulse. Write down the definition. Write down pulse is the palpable P-L-P-A-B-L-E.
Ma'am,
Pulse
what
is
you
the
said?
palpable. Haha.
What you said, ma'am? Permeable.
Sorry. Pulse is the palpable. It palpates, right? Palpable. P-A-L-P-A-B-L-E. Palpable. Pulse is the palpable. P-A-L-P-A-B-L-E. Palpable. Bounding of the palpable bounding. B-O-U-N-D-I-N-G. Bounding of the blood flow. Blood flow noted at NOTED. Blood flow noted at various parts of the body. Noted at various parts of the body where the artery is near. Where the artery is near the surface. Where the artery is near the surface and passes over a
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
into the arteries.
Ma'am.
When blood is pumped into the
Your voice was just went out.
My voice is not audible.
Yeah.
Huna pa na wait. Let me
Hello, ma'am.
noted at various parts of the body where the artery is near the surface. Where the artery is near the surface and passes over a bone. B-O-N-E, bone. When blood is pumped into the arteries. When blood is pumped into the arteries Acha, arteries carry oxygenated or deoxygenated blood? Anybody, anyone knows? Hmm? Anyone? Anybody? Wako, say.
Oxygenated.
Do you know? Yeah. Say. Oxygenated. Yes, right. Yes, oxygenated, not deoxygenated, oxygenated. What do you know the function of an artery? Anyone?
To carry
Anybody
the
knows the function? Hmm.
to carry the oxygenated
Say.
blood to the part of the body.
Yes, it carries what? Blood away from the heart to different parts of the body. So yeah, write down arteries. By the contraction of the left ventricle, by the contraction of the left ventricle, by the contraction of the left ventricle,
Into the arteries.
Into the arteries, into the arteries by the contraction, CONTRACTION, by the contraction of the left ventricle, by the contraction of the left ventricle, full stop. Now change the paragraph and write down normal pulse rate. Normal pulse rate is in between. Normal pulse rate is in between 70 to 80 beats per minute. Normal pulse rate is in between 70 to 80 beats per minute. MIN, beats per minute. Then you write down regulation of pulse. Normal pulse rate. Normal pulse rate is 70 to 80 beats per minute. Beats, BEAT, beat. Your heart beats, right? So 70 to 80 beats per minute is the normal pulse rate in an adult. Okay. Now write down regulation of pulse. Next line, regulation of pulse. Regulation of pulse. Regulation of pulse, underline it, and then you write pulse is regulated by the pulse is regulated by the autonomic nervous system. Pulse is regulated by the autonomic nervous system. Pulse is regulated by the autonomic nervous system through the THROUGH, through the sinoatrial node, SINOATRIAL, sinoatrial node, node. Open a bracket and write down often known as pacemakers. Often known as pacemakers, pace, PACE, pace. Often known as PACE, PACE, pacemakers, MAKERS, pacemakers, close the bracket. Then you write down parasympathetic stimulation, parasympathetic, PARA, parasympathetic, SYM,
Ma'am, paragraph
PH.
change. We need to change.
No need to change the paragraph. You can continue. No, you can continue. Parasympathetic stimulation, PARASYM PATHETIC, parasympathetic stimulation, STIMULATION, parasympathetic stimulation increases the heart rate. Parasympathetic stimulation increases the heart rate. Full stop. Then you write the quantity of blood forced, the quantity of blood forced, FORCED, forced.
Paragraph change.
নালাগে, No need. You can continue. If you want, you can change the paragraph. It's up to you. The quantity of blood forced, FORCD, forced out of the left ventricle. The quantity of blood forced out of the left ventricle during each contraction is called as the stroke volume. Is called as the stroke volume. STROKE, stroke volume. Stroke volume is the quantity of blood. Okay, whenever your left ventricle it is forced out from the left ventricle, okay, during each contraction. Whenever your heart will contract, okay, the blood that is forced out from your left ventricle, that is known as stroke volume. Full stop. Then you write 72 beats per minute. 72 beats per minute is for a normal, is the accurate. 72 beats per minute is the accurate pulse rate for a normal adult. Accurate pulse rate for a normal adult, ADULT adult. Adult like who? Like you and me, okay? Our heart will beat 72 times in a minute, okay? In 60 seconds, in a minute, in 1 minute, it will beat 72 times. But if you ask about the range is in between 70 to 80. 70 to 80 is a normal range, and 72 is the accurate number of beats, okay, per minute in a normal adult. But that won't be the same for children or old age people. Okay, I'm talking only about adult. তাৰপিছত change the paragraph and write down cardiac output. Change the paragraph and write cardiac output. CARDIAC, cardiac output. OUTPUT, cardiac output. Put a dash and write down, change the paragraph. It is the amount of blood. It is the amount of blood. It is the amount of blood pumped out, PUMPD. It is the amount of blood pumped out per minute. It is the amount of blood pumped out per minute. So the blood that is pumped out per minute, it is known as the cardiac output. Okay, it is the amount of blood pumped out per minute, means in 1 minute, every minute, in each and every minute. The full stop, then you write the volume is determined by the following formula. The volume is determined by the following formula. At a formula, there is one formula. The volume is determined by the following formula. Then you write below, cardiac output is equal to sign, put equal to sign. Cardiac output equal to stroke volume into pulse rate. Stroke volume, stroke, STROKE, stroke volume into pulse rate. What is stroke volume, Himanshu?
Ma'am, can you again repeat the cardiac or
Output.
cardiac output?
Acha, cardiac output. It is the amount of blood pumped out per minute. It is the amount of blood pumped out per minute. Full stop. The volume is determined by the following formula. The volume is determined by the following formula, and below you write cardiac output equal to, put equal to sign.
Yes.
Cardiac output equal to stroke volume equal to stroke, STROK, stroke volume into pulse rate. Whatever pulse rate you get from the person, that is, you have to multiply it into pulse rate. PULSE, pulse rate, RAT, rate. Okay, Himanshu, now you tell me what is stroke volume? What is stroke volume? To me, Likisa. You have written already. Hmm? See? Unmute yourself. Jeet, you tell me otherwise. What do you mean by stroke volume? Hmm? What is stroke volume? You have written. You see what you have written?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Hmm? Say, what is stroke volume? Anyone? Linta Mary? Array, say fast.
Volume of blood pump.
Ma'am, blood pump.
Hmm?
Volume of blood pump.
Volume of?
Volume of blood pump.
Acha. Volume ne quantity. Quantity of blood pumped from the kuntu left ventricle, right ventricle, which ventricle? Kuntu ventricle, left ne right?
Left.
Yes, from the left ventricle during each contraction. Okay, during every time your heart contracts and relaxes. So whenever your heart contracts, okay, from the left ventricle, whatever amount of blood is forced out, that is known as the stroke volume. আৰু তোমাৰ cardiac output, what is cardiac output? Cardiac output is it's just the amount of blood, okay, that is pumped out per minute. That is known as cardiac output. And pulse rate, you already know what is the pulse rate that you will get from the person of whom you are checking the pulse. Through his or her pulse rate, you will have to multiply, okay, his cardiac output, his stroke volume, and his pulse rate. So you will get the value. So right, লিখা এতিয়া characteristics of pulse. Change the paragraph and write characteristics of pulse. Characteristics of pulse. Right? Pulse rate may be characterized by pulse may be characterized by rate, RAT, rate, comma, rhythm, RYTHM, rate, comma, rhythm.
Pardon, ma'am.
Pulse may be characterized by rate, RAT, rate, then rhythm, RYTHM, rhythm, comma, volume, 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 comma, tension, 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 and tension full stop. Tension full stop. তাৰপিছত below you write rate, RAT, rate. Number 1, rate, RAT. Rate, write down. Rate is the number of the pulse beat. Rate is the number of pulse beat. Rate is the number of pulse beat in a minute. Rate is the number of pulse beat in a minute. MINUT, minute. Full stop. The average pulse rate. The average pulse rate. The average pulse rate of a young adult. Of a young adult, ADULT. Of a young adult is 72 beats per minute.
Excuse
Is
me,
72
ma'am.
beats? Huh?
I just can you repeat it
Yes,
again, ma'am,
Jeet.
please?
Repeat.
Yeah, beat in a minute.
Acha, 72. Wait, let me start from rate, okay? From the beginning.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Rate is the number of the pulse beat in a minute. Full stop. The average pulse rate of a young adult of a young adult is 72 beats per minute. Is 72 beats per minute. Full stop. Pulse rate ranges between 70 to 80 beats per minute. It is the same thing that you have written at the very beginning. But here we are talking about rate, RAT. Okay, rate means what? It is the pulse beat. Okay, in a minute, how many times you can feel the heart or the pulse rate? That is the meaning of rate. In a minute, the normal range is between 70 to 80, and in a young adult like you and me, it will be 72 beats per minute. The
Pardon,
accurate one. Hmm.
in a young, can you repeat
In
it again?
young
I'm really
adult,
confused.
acha, let me rate, huh? Rate is the number of pulse beat in a minute. Have you written? Pulse, okay. Rate is the number of pulse beat in a minute, full stop. The average pulse rate of a young adult is 72 beats per minute. The average pulse rate of a young adult is 72 beats per minute. Full stop. Pulse rate ranges between 70 to 80 beats per minute. Pulse rate ranges between 70 to 80 beats per minute. Did you get it, Jade?
Yes, ma'am.
Full stop. Then write down common variations. Change the paragraph and write common variations. COMMON, common variations. VARIATIONS, common variations. In heart rate may be. Common variations in heart rate may be. Pulse rate and heart rate is same. Okay, pulse rate, the other name of pulse rate is heart rate. The other name of heart rate is pulse rate. It's the same thing. Common variations in pulse rate may be tachycardia, TACHYCARDIA, tachycardia. TACHYCARDIA, tachycardia. That is tachycardia, that is pulse rate above 100 beats per minute. You can that is pulse rate above 100 beats per minute. Okay, the normal pulse rate is between 70 to 80, but if the pulse rate goes high, okay, above 100 beats per minute, it's too much high, then the person is suffering from tachycardia. Okay, it's not a good sign. Number 2, you write bradycardia. Number 2, bradycardia, BRADYCARDIA, bradycardia. Bradycardia, put a dash and write. Bradycardia is defined as the pulse rate below 80 beats per minute. Below 80 beats per minute. So these two are the abnormalities. Tachycardia means above 100 and bradycardia mane it goes down. Okay, that is below how much? Below how much? Are? Kiman? 60 below 60 beats per minute. Tachy mane above 100, bradycardia mane below 60. Huh? Maybe I said by mistake 100, but it's below 60, 60. Below 60 beats per minute. Full stop. Next you write apical pulse. Number 3, apical pulse. APICAL, apical pulse. Apical pulse, put a dash and write. Rate should be checked when Rate should be checked when? Rate should be checked when? Rate should be checked when tachycardia or bradycardia is observed in a patient. Rate should be checked when tachycardia or bradycardia is observed in a patient. Rate should be checked when tachycardia or bradycardia is observed in a patient. PATIENT patient. Okay. See, for checking pulse, okay, for checking pulse there are 9 sites. Okay, let me show you one screen. The 9 oh, korasa. I okay, I will Kiki. No. So for checking pulse rate, there are 9 sites. Okay, I can't show you the screen now. I will show you in my next class. Okay, nota sites are say for checking pulse. Starting from your head to your toe. Nota sites are say there are 9 sites for checking pulse. Okay, starting from your head, that is the temporal, to the pura till your leg. Okay, that is the dorsalis pedis. I will show this in your next class. Okay, please give me the attendance. Okay.
Ma'am,
Huh.
ma'am, tachycardia pulse rate above 60 or 100 beats.
Tachycardia mane above 100. Whenever whenever it's more, it is tachycardia. Whenever it goes below 60, it is known as bradycardia. Okay, just remember 60 and 100. 60 is for brady and tachycardia is above 100, and below 60 is bradycardia. And apical pulse, when will you check? Whenever the patient is suffering from either of these two, either brady or else tachycardia. Okay, so tomorrow do I have class with you all? Jeet, do I have class tomorrow?
Ma'am, tomorrow is Sunday.
Tomorrow is Sunday, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I will give you the pictures for dressings, okay, in your WhatsApp group. You can check it out. You have to draw in your practical copies. And for this pulse, you are already writing, so no need. Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.